Hey guys, just want to give a quick shout out to the guys at ProBox and Vladimir Hernandez and Raul Garcia for putting on what's probably going to be the fight of the year. I was at the Kolmatov versus Ray Ford fight. That's up for fight of the year. This fight was better than that. Vladimir Hernandez the guy just comes to fight. So I don't know how many times he's fought this year, but it's at least three because I saw him versus Troy Isley. He got knocked out there. And then I watched him on Pro Box again a couple months later. He fought Guido Sharam, and it was an amazing fight. 50-50 according to the odds. And Hernandez took over in that fight. Guido just couldn't handle the pressure. Pretty much the same thing here tonight. As competitive as the Guido Sharam fight was, this one was more competitive. Raul Garcia showed a lot. I didn't know who the hell this guy was. I just bet Hernandez because most people, like, I know Isley knocked him out. He pretty much knocked him out with one punch, but I didn't think Garcia was that big of a puncher, despite his record. I mean, it was a soft record he had, but he had, 13 wins, 11 knockouts. So there was a chance that he could knock out Hernandez, and he floored Hernandez early. And that was when he had all of his energy. The problem with Garcia is he put a lot into those first three rounds. He probably won all of them. He got his knockdown, but he got knocked down, and I think maybe the fifth and seventh round or something like that in the mid rounds. And Vladimir Hernandez just took over later on in the fight. His pressure was too much. The only time Garcia was doing good is when he had distance. And every time Hernandez went back to his corner, they were like, no space. Don't give him any space. Don't give him any space. And he took over later in the fight. But Raul Garcia was there all night, and his stock goes up tremendously. That's the great thing about these Pro Box cards is, like, win or lose, like, Hernandez's last fight was amazing. Like, win or lose, I still want to see Guido Sharam again. I still want to see Raul Garcia again. I don't care that they lost, and hopefully the more boxing fans that watch Pro Box, I know there's a lot of people watching it, but the more people that watch it will respect the risk that these guys are taking, and they put on good fights. And yeah, they're going to lose sometimes. Who gives a shit? At least they're fighting each other, and at least it's competitive fights. I mean, I bet boxing every week, and there's nothing but, I would say 75% of the fights that I bet are 20 to 1 odds or worse. So, like, these fights are not competitive. So it's very nice to see a midweek card with at least like 2 or 3 really competitive fights on there. And that's what Pro Box has given us. And they need to come up, boxing is I know it's not an organization, but somebody needs to come up with something and throw Pro Box some money behind that. And somebody put some money behind that, and somebody just give Vladimir Hernandez something for getting the knockout of the year, which he had against Guido Sharam. Angelo Leo might have taken that from him, but he had knockout of the year, and now he's got fight of the year back to back. And the guy's 35 years old. He's 15-6 before this fight, so he's 16-6. Guy just shows up to fight, and he's doing it. He's doing it for us, the fans. And I know he said he wanted a world title after this fight. Like, I really hope he gets it. As much as I think he'll get thumped by anybody with a title, it's just that guy deserves it. Like, it's almost like when Floyd Mayweather used to fight, and some people used to pick on him for choosing certain fighters, and he would just say, like, when he fought Andre Berto in one of his last fights, he just said, look, no matter who you put in front of me, I'm going to beat him. But I want to give certain people a chance. I want to give people who deserve it a chance. And Andre Berto at the time, I think it was a couple years before there was a tsunami in Haiti, and he's from Haiti. The week before his fight with Sugar Shane Mosley, that was supposed to be his big payday of his career, and he went back to help his family. He actually lost some family in the tsunami. He went back to Haiti to help him, and all of a sudden, like, the Mosley fight's off, and you kind of never heard from Berto again. He strung a couple of wins together, and Floyd gave him his shot. So that's one of the fights where you say, like, Floyd's cherry picking there, he's cherry picking. Maybe, but a guy like Berto, he deserved his big payday. A guy like Vladimir Hernandez probably isn't world title level, But what more do you want the guy to do? Like, he's entertaining us fans every single time he fights. I went to the fight when he got knocked out against Isley. He still put on a show. He got knocked out because he came to fight, and Isley was just better. But he brought that out of Isley. That's what this guy does. He brought this out of Raul Garcia tonight. Nobody knew who the hell Raul Garcia was. And, now I can't wait to see him next because Garcia looked really good in that fight. And he's got a lot of tools. It was just, he kind of gassed himself out, and those middle rounds were rough on him, and he couldn't make it up on the back end. But almost every round was competitive in this fight, besides the round with the knockdowns. It was just a good fight overall. So let me know who you guys want to see Hernandez fight next, and who you guys thought won the fight too. I guess it was a pretty close fight. One scorecard only had, they pretty much had it a draw, and then the 2 knockdowns to 1, they gave it to Hernandez by 1 point. But let me know who you think won this fight, and have a good night.